The following program is an Animal House Radio production.
Welcome to the last edition of Animal House Radio on CHHA. Not the last ever edition, but just the last edition for the year 2008 of whichever calendar you do celebrate. And a Merry Christmas to all those out there, and Happy Holidays for people that are staying in. Dr. Mike joining in studio once again, as always, every single week, except when he goes away and lavishes trips and does not invite me. Thank you, Dr. Mike. How are you, buddy?
Very good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. It was a great Christmas, great dinner, lots of fun, and Guitar Hero, very cool game. Joe is filming us, Adriana on the booth, and Kung Fu Richmond Lee sitting there doing his thing. Richmond, always a pleasure to have you, doing a great job. Mike, how was your week, buddy?
Everything was great. It was a slow week.
Yeah?
I mean, with a few days off. It wasn't much.
Yeah, the holidays is like that, right?
Yep.
And you celebrate Christmas?
Yep.
And how was it?
It was great.
What'd you get? You know, what did you get, and what did Santa bring for your kids?
Oh, Santa brought a little iPod Nano for my son Josh. And
I didn't even get an iPod Nano. Wow, you must know, like,
pretty generous guy this year. Yeah.
I guess I was on his naughty list then. Yeah. And what did Abby get?
And Abby got Pixos.
Pixos.
Yes, which is this
that
new
the-
little. It's kind of like Light Bright, sort of. What you mean?
Light Bright.
Hard to explain.
I've got. Oh, I know what you mean. No, I've got no idea.
And I got a tie.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just kidding.
I got some cool stuff too. Deborah got me one of those new Arctic Phillips razors that are really good with the neck.
And you obviously haven't used it yet.
I haven't used it yet. I'm going to try it out later on, and
All right.
I didn't want to hurt myself while she was there, so she would feel bad. But it's a beautiful gift. I was very
Wonderful.
happy with it, and wonderful. Exactly.
I know.
Like always. The show is brought to you in part by Hills Pet Nutrition, the makers of Science Diet and Prescription Diet Food. Ask your veterinarian for more information. Please call the show right now, 416-785-0680, 416-785-0680. Did you survive Boxing Day? Were there any really cool Boxing Day specials out there for pets? Was it like 3 pets for the price of 1? Some of these things, you know, like there's dogs running into stores right now, taking bones, running out. We've got dogs that are thieves. They're trained. They're trained to go get a bone. There was a big story out right now. It's kind of...
Did you see the video of it?
No,
it's actually
I didn't
quite
see
interesting.
it. Didn't see the video, but obviously Richmond saw something that was on sale as he's writing on the computer screen right now. It was on sale at Future Shop, and it looks like a great gift for anybody of all ages. And we want to tell you, we're going to do today's show is a 2008 year in review. The good, the bad, all the big stories
Related to pets.
related to animals, not just pets.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Animals.
Yep.
I consider an alligator to be an animal.
Right.
I consider a rabbit to be an animal and a companion.
Yeah, a lot of them are actually
And
kind of
dinner.
good stories. Some are bad, but a lot of them are actually interesting stories.
Very
that are
interesting
sort of
stories.
Funny or just generally interesting.
And we have the Facebook challenge. If anybody is not part of our face group book, go to www.animalhouseradio.com. I don't know what's so funny.
Because you said book face. That's why.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I said Facebook.
Okay, we'll
said
rewind the
book
tape
face?
later.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I see this cute dog. Okay, anyways, www.animalhouseradio.com. You can click on the link to join our Facebook page. And we have a contest going on for the cutest picture of an animal, of your pet. And we took the top 7 pets. And the first 3 are going to win. But here's the deal. We don't just give stuff away. Well, actually, yeah, we do. But we're not just giving this stuff away to these people. So what we're going to do is we're going to announce the number 1 winner, and the number 1 winner, we're going to tell you the name and the caption of the picture that you posted on Facebook, and you have 5 minutes. 5 minutes to call the show, and you have to go on air, and you have to say, "Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm listening to Animal House Radio with Aaron and Dr. Mike, and I just won."
And don't forget the number is 416-785-0680.
But I haven't said the names yet.
I know. Well, just making sure
So
they know the
they
number.
have it
Yeah,
ready.
Got it ready.
They
written
have it
down,
ready,
ready to go.
Written down. They put it in their iPod Shuffle, and all that other jazz there. Yeah, I know. I kind of lost myself there with that as well. So we're going to announce those in a couple of minutes. So if you're sitting by your internet, you're sitting by your phone, when you hear your name and you hear the picture, you have 5 minutes to call, and you're going to win a gift pack worth minimum $50. And
I've seen them. They're nice.
oh, they are beautiful, more than nice. They are exceptionally beautiful. Just like myself. Exceptionally beautiful.
There he is again.
So I got a question for you, Mike.
Yes.
2008.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about 2008.
Okay.
Some of the things that we think about recently, obviously, the big tragedy which happened in Oshawa.
That was a big story.
Yeah.
It's not one of the good stories of 2008.
No, but it's one of the big stories that captured people's attention.
Right.
And what we want to do is not only educate people, but we want to make sure that they understand what's going on in the world and what's going on in terms of how we can prevent these things.
Well,
so I need to figure out a way, and I've been asking myself this question: how can a building that is not run by the city, but in general houses lives, in an organization that says, hey, we house these certain lives, animals to us are more than just animals. These buildings need to be inspected weekly. They need to be inspected. You need to branch out to make sure checks and balances that things like this don't happen. So all the other the shelters that are out there, we need to have a company. We need to have an electrical company come in right now and step up and say, you know what, we're going to go in there once a week. We're going to do an overall tour. We're going to make sure that this place will not, this thing will never happen again. Right. We need to create some of these checks and balances. So I mean, I was upset about about what happened, but I mean, let's not look at we have to feel for the horrible thing that happened, but we need to learn from the mistakes of that building.
Well, the silver lining for me, though, when you look at a case like this, is the extremely huge outpouring that goes when you talk about animal tragedy. It's amazing how people just come around and find ways to either donate money or donate time. So, that's they always say the silver lining. You look at this situation and the tragedy, and yet look how many people were ready to adopt the ones that were left over, and all the money and all the support that went out. So those are things that you look at a situation like that, it makes you feel good. Yeah,
but once again, if you don't fix the foundation, the problem could happen again. So we need companies.
They're more interested in the pets, I think, than they are in how the building looks.
But we need to fix those things because something bad could happen, and this could happen again, and this is a tragedy that could have been avoided, and that's why it's a tragedy.
Well, it's no different than the other thing that happened last year, but is still pouring out to today with lawsuits, is the menu food scandal of last year, and that's still happening today, and that's one of those things that we also have to take that and learn from it.
And let's talk about menus foods, because once again, we're going back to 2008 right now and the beginning of 2007, and we're talking about, it's our feature topic of the week right now, and it's our feature topic of the show, and we are talking about 2008, the year in review.
Right. Well, the menu foods thing for me, that was shocking to me as a veterinarian, is I didn't appreciate how many different types of foods were done up by one company.
Well, I had no idea either.
That was fascinating to me. I mean, when I saw the list of all these foods, I'm thinking, all these guys are making the food.
But you're a vet.
Yep.
Okay. Now, I'm just a regular consumer sitting at home, and when they say, hey, if you buy this brand, this brand, this brand, I'm like, this one thing is making all these brands? I'm like, it got to be, like, they're making all the products and all the foods for this. It was just so shocking. It wasn't on a small scale. It was on such a huge scale, and it's like any hypochondriac's worst nightmare. You see some of these symptoms, and you look at your dog, and then you're like, yeah, my dog threw up the other day, even though maybe he's an older dog and ran around. You're jumping to things, right? And I'm sure a lot of people got really worried and brought their animals into vets saying, is he okay? We've been feeding him this food. And I'd say 90% of the dogs were just fine. It was just people, that little paranormal coming out.
Well, one of the sad cases for me was I ended up seeing a cat around the menu foods time, and they were really worried because they had given the cat one of those types of foods, and the cat came and was really ill, and it ended up having, believe it or not, was in kidney failure, which is one of the classic signs, but this cat ended up having an abscess around his kidney. So this cat was sick for a whole different reason, but came in with the classic signs at the perfect time, and he happened to be on one of those foods that was on the recall. So she was of course ready to jump and to call her lawyer. And,
we're gonna sue. We're gonna sue. Wait, is something else?
I mean, I was feeling the same way as well. I mean, I was feeling really bad. This cat was really sick, and so that was sort of an interesting story for me this year. Is that this was one of the cats that wasn't involved with the menu food scandal, but looked like he was going to be. So that was kind of neat.
It's. We hope that some of these companies have learned from this. I mean, obviously, it's one of the biggest stories in 2008 and 2007. This whole year about.
A lot of the lawsuits that are happening now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, also, I think as consumers who purchase food for their animals and even for themselves, I think we're a little bit cautious now. There's not only outbreaks in animal food. There's outbreaks in maple leaf foods.